in the United States, fewer than 2% of the books published in a year were written in a language other than English. Fewer than 2% are translations. And that compares very unfavorably with most of the Western democracies, where the percentages are much higher. And what that means is that American readers are not given the opportunity to find out how the world is thinking, how the world is imagining, what stories the world is listening to. What Vietnamese writers, other than one or two that are now living in America, does anybody read? I mean, the Vietnam War people think of as something that happened to America. But actually it happened to the people of Vietnam. And we don't read those stories. And so one simple thing that one could ask, if you were talking about what the CBC should do, one thing that I think that publishing companies should really think about is to give more effort towards translation, so that the writing of the world can be available, and so all that thought and dreaming can be available to readers, and that will complicate and interestingly enrich people's lives, and therefore change them, make them think differently. Every so often a book arrives which does that. I mean, for example, just because it comes to my mind, The Kite Runner, was a book that suddenly people could understand the lived experience of what it was like to be in Afghanistan. You look at the news and you see explosions, but what is it like to live there? And that's what literature can do. It can show us the lived experience of the world, and it can therefore make us much more sophisticated in how we think about the world.